This garden has been shocking. You can see right here, we got some rhubarb chard right here. And they ain't but 3 foot of it growing. And then you get out here and you can see little bitty pieces coming up all the way out through here, along with some grass that we don't want. And of course you can see over here the Egyptian walking onions is doing fine. And you can see little seedlings coming up through here. I don't even remember what they are now. Right through here is, and I think it started about right here with red Russian kale. And whatever we planted through here is just now coming up. Get back, Tobe. Back out of the mud. It's just now coming up. Same thing over here. Little plants, they're there. They just ain't growing. And why stuff's growing in spots out through here, it's beyond me. But they're there, the little seedlings. And I think it's just too late in the season for stuff to get a good start. But this stuff that's got its secondary leaves on, or its primary leaves, is doing all right. This stuff, it's in here, seed coming up. They just like they come up and just stop. This is a potato. I'll just leave it there. That's where when I till this, a potato come up. Kale. And this is more kale. Now here's a little kale leaf that a bug or something just eat plumb up. That may be what's going on, but I don't know. Egyptian walking onions are doing fine. I think through here somewhere I'd planted some radishes. And this is radishes right here. This is radishes. Just a few radishes I sowed in there. This is, I don't remember. But you see this little short sections, and that may have been all I put out, I don't know. And another potato up here that's coming in. And this right here, I don't know what it is, I'll leave it. It looks to me like a poke plant. We don't want it there. Leave it for a little while longer. Little blades of grass. You can take your 2 fingers and just barely pull them. They'll come right up, throw them down. This is turnips right here. Something eating on them just a little. Don't know what. And these, I mean, it's weird, very weird. And you get right out here, right through here now, which you probably can't see it, but you might, is carrots. I mean, they're thick. They're thick in there, but they just ain't growing. They just ain't growing. And I had some arugula, and right here, got some arugula here. A few little sprigs. It's still there, but just not doing well. Out through here, right here, and I see them. I mean, you can see the little sprouts, which is Beets, you can forget them. I've planted one, let's see, 1, 2, this is the 3rd time that I've tried to get beets going this year. Got a few little bitty ones. Just something's out of whack. And now, yeah, right here, beets, little red beets. Over here, I planted a row of Swiss chard, both kinds, rhubarb and a Ford hook. Right there's one. But they didn't do nothing. Maybe, it's like I said, a lot of these seeds that I planted were old. I see the little plants. I do. Yeah, right here, some, I see them. But they just ain't doing no good. Now, if you look, I'm sure you can see it, maybe, hope you can. From about where I'm at, this way, not counting this over here that's darker. This right through here is where I've raked it and worked it a little bit. Now, from here back, all I done is raked it down, partially. I mean, it ain't had the final raking. You can see the difference in the wood chips here and here. These look like they've just almost freshly been laid down. But as you walk, after these lay here, when you walk, you know, you can feel it go down where they're decomposing. Now, over here on this side is what I've got fixed for my garlic. I went ahead and chopped the corn up over here, both sides, and tilled one strip through here. And then I put wood chips on it, right in here. And I put these on probably a little less than over here. I'd say these has got maybe 4 inches on it. And what I intend to do, because I've raked it down fairly good to right here. And then it's hot the other day, so I decided I'd just get this later. I'll rake it down later. There's a piece of green trying to come in. We don't want that green in here. The reason I done this was to try to get rid of all these old weeds and stuff and put them seeds down. So when I put my garlic, this whole thing, my intentions is to plant garlic. And by having this covered in wood chips, what I can actually do is plant my garlic closer together. So I can get, you remember last year, my goodness, I used, of course I was going to do it with the tractor. It didn't work out that well because the weeds started getting there. I like it like this right here the best. You put your chips down, you cover, and you rake this smooth and get a rake down. Then you come in here and you lay that off. You put your garlic down and you try your best. You want to go down in these wood chips close to the soil, but not there. Because if you expose the soil, what you're going to do is expose the seeds that's under it, and you don't want to do that. Right here's something I see that's out here in this garden, and why in the world it would be out here, like I don't know. Not one bite on it. It's a chestnut. And if I'm betting, a squirrel has drug it out here. Let me see if it's viable. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna Yeah, I see a little spot right there. If you look real careful on these chestnuts, a lot of times you can see a little bitty pierce on it. And if you see it pierced, you know that old chestnut weevil has made it there. And yeah. Yep, right there on the side. Yeah, it's in there. So whatever. It wouldn't have made it if you'd have planted it, I don't think. But anyway, what I was saying is we can get our garlic in here because it's getting mighty close to the 1st of October. And you know, first week in October, it don't have to be perfect. They're right on the first day. This hurricane that's fixing to move in here will probably put us back. But one thing about these wood chips, it can pour the rain. And you can come right out here and work in your garden. The minute it stops, you can get right back in it and work. You can't over here where the covering is decomposed and turned to soil. But you can, but you're going to get nasty, dirty, filthy. Here, you can just walk in here. I mean, it don't matter. If you want to, you can work in the rain without mud caking all over your feet. Anyway, this is going to be our garlic patch. And what I'm figuring, I think I can get 8 or 10 rows in here, which I don't even know what I got. I've been making some black garlic, so I don't want to get rid of all of our garlic. But I wasn't. I was really anticipating this garden doing much better. But these wood chips, like I said when I put this down, are new. And I put these on quite heavy, fairly thick. And I didn't do anything but sow this stuff. Now, I can tell you right now, that's not the best way to do things. I should have dug down to the dirt. I didn't want to, because there's seeds under here, grass seeds. Remember that we sure don't want to bring them up. So, what I'm thinking, ain't no thinking to it. I know that the reason is my camera. I think it is. Let me check. Yeah, it's I know the reason that this is in the state it's in. But then you get to wondering, well, why are they doing good here? I mean, they're that tall, like everything should be. And then you get out through there and they're still little bitty seedlings. It just, I don't know how they're surviving. And then you get out there in spots, it's just like right here, and right out there is a little spot of red Russian kale. And then out there's a row of radishes. I can understand the radishes. And then whatever that is out there, and then some turnips over there. You got your carrots up, they're doing nothing, just sitting there. You got a row of beets that come up, sprouted, come up. Not thick, but they come up. And then a row of Swiss chard, 2 kinds. Arugula, several different items here. The reason that I think that these plants are doing good here, doing good over there, and doing good out there, is when I was scooping these chips down here and bringing them in here, because they were some old chips that had been laying there for a long time. And I think the deal is that some of that old stuff, like right here, got mixed in and just happened to fall there and happened to fall there and over there and over there and over there, where it was more deteriorated and broken down. And I believe that that's the deal right here. Which, when I planted this, I was hoping, but I knowed we were out of time as far as the growing season. Now there's a few things that could probably still grow. I would assume, let's see, this is 1st October. I mean, you could probably come in here and sow some turnips over there in the good dirt and have a turnip crop. I should do that, but I tell you what, that's what I'm gonna do. Let me go get some turnip seeds, and just, we'll never know if we don't try now, will we? If we're gonna plant some of these turnips. I mean, I plan on doing nothing else over here this fall anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna get back a little, right in here. Right in here probably. Now this is, I'll have mud up to my hind end. If I get over there on that wood chips, I won't, see? We get right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sow these little critters thick in here. And believe me, they'll be thick. Just like that. It'll be too thick. Take a handful now. A handful. Woo! It's like that. There you go. Now, we've sowed us some turnips. And we'll just let them go. They're done. And we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. Turnip. Purple top white. Purple top white. Now, you can see the figs. I don't know if I ever showed them to you, but where I topped them, when they started forking, they're putting figs on them. See here, there's, right here on this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little figs there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tried to put on 8 or 9 figs, but you can see the leaves are turning there. It's just that time of year, people. It's not got everything to do with the temperature. It's not got everything to do with the light. Well, let me rephrase that. It don't have everything to do with the temperature or the time of year. Well, naturally, if it what this has got to do with is the length of daylight. Length of daylight. If that makes any sense. That's why stuff does good in the springtime. You notice a lot of times you plant stuff and it just sits there. And then all at once, of course that's got to do with the temperature of the ground too, but it just sits there. And then all at once it'll take off growing. Well, as that's sitting there day by day by day, the days are getting longer, 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 longer. And right now they're shorter, shorter, shorter. So that puts stuff in the fall mode. You can look at the trees, they're turning too. These leaves, they're done. They're done. I'll put them inside there. I don't know if that's a good thing to do or not, but you'd think that the stuff that's in the leaves would do well as a mulch, since that's what they're gonna do anyway. They're gonna fall. They might as well fall in there, hadn't they? I wanted to plant that out, but I've decided not to this year. It's doing fire, so we'll just leave it in there and let it stay. But anyway, we went out there and sowed these purple top turnips. These were tested in October of 2022, so they should still be no problem. There's 85% germination then. I just sowed them out there. They might make one, they might not. They might live all winter, who knows? If you don't plant them, they won't grow. Okay, that's it.